Langtry sits in a semi-arid rocky terrain with brush, cactus, and wild grasses. Its limestone hills, cliffs, and canyons are shaped by wind, harsh heat, and the waters of the Rio Grande and Pecos River. In 1882, the legendary Judge Roy Bean arrived at this landscape during the expansion of the railroad. He settled in Langtry and became the Justice of the Peace, and was ultimately known as the Law West of the Pecos. After his original building was lost to fire in 1896, Bean rebuilt his wooden saloon and courthouse. But instead of this one building also serving as his residence, he constructed an adobe block home just a stone's throw away up a small, gentle slope. Today, that renovated residence is a white wood-covered box-shaped building measuring 27 feet by 20 feet. A nearly 9-foot wide porch wraps around the building, giving an almost circular look to the structure. The house has 4 windows. 2 of them are adjacent to the front door, and 2 others are on each side of the building. Each window is 2 panes wide and nearly 3/4 the height of the walls. Block letters are stenciled in black on a white sign mounted along the edge of the home's shingled roof. Just like when the judge lived here, the sign announces to today's visitors that this is Roy Bean's Opera House, Town Hall, and seat of justice. In front of the winding porch stands an interpretive plaque for the Opera House. Although this building is known by that name, it was not an opera house. It was Judge Roy Bean's home. He often boasted that the English actress Lily Langtry would accept his invitation to visit. The one-room residence would be an opera house where she'd perform. Bean named his saloon Jersey Lily, a nickname for the actress. He most likely spoke of Lily's beauty when asked about her. Photographs of Lily hang near the bar in the saloon constructed of wood boards and planks. The actress eventually arrived in Langtry, but it was after the judge passed away. 2 women visitors have come to explore Bean's renovated home. While one stops to read the interpretive sign, the other one walks down the path that leads to the door. Together, they step up to the planked wood porch. One of them turns the antique-looking white doorknob at the dark blue wooden door. They enter, crossing a wood floor. The one-room residence has a back door directly across from the front door. It's open to the outside. Light streams in through 4 windows. To the right of the back door sits a black wood-burning cast iron stove. To the left is a full-size bed, a perfect size for Bean. The bed has a white sheet over it and a white cast iron frame. Further left is a round-shaped medium brown wooden table with 3 chairs. The adobe walls are covered with a white cement plaster finish. The ceiling is finished with wood planks painted white. These light-colored surfaces help to brighten the room. The 2 visitors turn to take a closer look at the artifacts to their left. The simple wooden chairs have woven rope seats. The table, chairs, and beds were donated by the Whitehead Museum in Del Rio. They are typical of the furnishings during the time the judge lived here. Bean lived here till his death in 1903. The 2 visitors turned their attention to the other side of the room to observe the heavy-duty black cast iron wood-burning stove and its smokestack. These are near replicas of the ones used in Texas during the late 19th century. The stove measures 19 inches by 26 inches and is 14 inches tall. It has 2 lift-out lids on top. The front side of the stove has a swing-away door for easy refueling. On the adjacent wall between the stove and a side window is a curious look at what's behind the white plaster finish covering the walls. A free-form cutout of the protective plaster reveals the structure's layered adobe block construction. The gray blocks are made of dirt, horse and sheep manure, plant fibers, and small bones. These materials were probably gathered from the corral that once stood behind the Jersey Lily Saloon. With a new appreciation and understanding of the life and times of Judge Roy Bean, the 2 visitors leave his residence through the same door they entered. Once they cross the threshold, The open doorway frames the native plant garden in front of the building and several intersecting paths. The Opera House was donated by the Valverde County Historical Commission in 1994 and is maintained by the Texas Department of Transportation as a historic site. The visitors take a curved path to return to the Travel Information Center main building. The mostly earth-toned stucco finished building greets visitors when they first arrive in Langtry. Texas and American flags are flown from tall posts out front. Thank you for joining us today. Let us know how we can help.